This is Tom Dillon, the Lifetime Liberal. Today is Wednesday, June 11th, 2025. The title of this rant is Guns Kill Children, Kids and Teenagers significantly more in states with loose gun laws. So they did a study, from 2011 to 2023. And again, number one, we've known for years and years that guns are the leading cause of death in children by far. And over childhood diseases, etc. Now, this study basically indicated that if you break down the laws as to harsh laws, strict laws, loose laws, that in states that had loose laws, there was a significant more number of children killed per capita in those loose states than in the other states. Now, the thing that's significant about this to me is, number one, all loss of life is terrible, especially children, especially teenagers, when it didn't have to happen. And if these laws contributed to that, that is not good at all. And of course, kudos to those states that were willing to take the significant steps that are necessary to try and have stricter regulations on firearms so there's more firearm safety so that less of those children could have been killed. Now, let's just put it this way. This is where it gets my goat all over the place, is that in those states where more children have died because of very loose regulation of gun laws, that has been because there have been laws that have been acted, that have been voted on, and mostly by Republicans, because Republicans are all for freedom, and that knew ahead of time that on voting on those laws that there would be more deaths attributable to those loose gun laws than would have been before. And they voted for them anyway. They voted for money. They voted for what they thought was freedom. They voted because the NRA was giving them money. They voted because they like guns. They don't think that it's a personal responsibility, et cetera, et cetera. And we also know that in states that had the stricter ones, they put a much greater emphasis on safety, on, let's say, education, and on how to keep these guns away from children. And I think that it's the biggest shame out there is that we have gun laws in the United States, and we know that there will be more significant death because of those laws. But in most instances, we have Republicans who are voting for these laws because of freedom, because of the Second Amendment, because they're getting money from the NRA, and for a whole host of other issues, and especially the concept of personal responsibility. And like I said, it just gets my gourd that day in and day out, they're willing our lawmakers are willing to significantly put children at risk because they're in the pocket of the NRA. We need to stop this, and this has to be looked at all over the place.